Mumbai as a city has always voted decisively in the Lok Sabha polls, and this time was no different. The NDA had won all the 6 seats in the city both in 2014 and in 2019, but this time around the picture is different. This was also the first election that took place after the split in both the Shiv Sena and the NCP. In the 6 seats of the city, the MVA or the Mahavikas Aghadi or the India Alliance emerged victorious on 4 of them, while the NDA, which included the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Shiv Sena of the Eknath Shinde faction, won 1 seat each. Now, most of these seats voted on expected lines. Now, Mumbai North has been a traditional BJP seat barring the UPA decade of 2004 and 2014. Now, it voted for Ram Nayak for 5 terms in a row, then for Gopal Shetty in the last 10 years, and it has now given Union Minister Piyush Goyal his first Lok Sabha win by over 3.5 lakh votes. Now, this was also the highest margin of victory among all the seats in the city. Mumbai South also voted on expected lines. The seat, notorious for its low voter turnout, also had the lowest turnout in the city this time, barely managing to touch 50%. And they voted Arvind Sawant of the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction for the 3rd time to the Lok Sabha. He defeated Yamini Jadhav of the Eknath Shinde faction by over 50,000 votes. Now, the first upset, if you would like to call it that, came in Mumbai North Central, where Varsha Gaikwad of the Congress was up against BJP's Ujjwal Nikam, who was also contesting his first Lok Sabha poll. Now, for most part of the day, Ujjwal Nikam led the seat by a margin of anywhere between 30 to 40,000 votes. However, in the final rounds of counting, Varsha Gaikwad leapfrogged Nikam to not only take the lead, but also win the seat. The result was declared almost at twilight, and Varsha Gaikwad emerged victorious by over 17,000 votes. Now, this is also the first time that the Congress has managed to win a seat in Mumbai in over 15 years. The actual cliffhanger took place in Mumbai Northwest, where it was another Sena versus Sena battle. Amol Kirtikar, son of former MP Gajanan Kirtikar, was up against Ravindra Vaikar of the Eknath Shinde faction. That seat swung like a pendulum through the day, and at one point, Amol Kirtikar led by just 1 solitary vote. Finally, after multiple rounds of counting, recounting, reassessment, Ravindra Vaikar managed to upstage his rival from the Uddhav Thackeray faction by just 48 votes. You heard that right, 48 votes. This would well be the lowest margin of victory for this Lok Sabha election. Now, Mumbai North East saw Sanjay Dina Patil of the UBT upstage Mihir Kotecha of the BJP by nearly 30,000 votes. The BJP had won this seat both in 2014 and in 2019, but it did not repeat its sitting MP on each occasion. And lastly, Mumbai South Central could also be called another upset, or something that the voters voted on expected lines, whichever you'd like to call it, because Anil Desai of the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction defeated 2-time MP Rahul Shivale, and this seat has been a traditional Shiv Sena bastion, as it also includes the area of Dadar. Now, Shivale, while being part of the United Shiv Sena in 2019, had won this seat by over 1.5 lakh votes. But 2 major factors have emerged in this election in Mumbai. First one is the presence of the VBA or the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi. In all 6 seats, the VBA candidate stood 3rd and could have played a role in splitting of the votes between the winner and the runner-up candidate. Now, Mumbai Northwest is a case in point. The margin of victory here, only 48 votes, but the VBA candidate has polled over 10,000 votes in that seat. The other major factor has been Nota or none of the above, and that option was also wholeheartedly used by voters this time around. In all the 6 seats, Nota had a tally in excess of 10,000 votes, and together with the VBA could have well changed the outcome in a lot of seats. Mumbai North Central, where Varsha Gaikwad won by just over 16 or 17,000 votes, the VBA candidate polled over 8,000 votes, while close to 10,000 votes were cast for Nota. Now, even in Mumbai Northwest, which went right down to the wire as I just highlighted, the Nota count was the highest at over 15,000 votes. But this isn't the first instance, though, of Nota being in excess of 10,000 in seats of Mumbai, but back then the margin of victory was decisive enough for it to not matter. So, the India Alliance has emerged as the leader in Mumbai, winning 4 out of the 6 seats, but the turnout has remained disappointing. The voters, though, will have another opportunity later this year to better that turnout aspect when the Vidhan Sabha elections take place.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV18 on all the social media platforms.